Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would the clerk please report House Committee Substitute 1?
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to Senate Bill 48.
Lady from Grayson.
Move for adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion of the committee substitute? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Lady from Grayson.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, House Floor Amendment 1 removes all changes to the Inspector General's office. The bill previously created the Commonwealth's Office of Audits and Investigations, which would have functioned for all of state government. Since this is such a large change, we decided to delete this part and take a deeper look over the interim. So at this point, I would like for the clerk to please report House Floor Amendment 1.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 48.
Lady from Grayson.
Move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion on the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Lady from Grayson.
Mr. Speaker, with all the changes, early in the CHFS task force, the co-chair discovered that this would be a multi-year process. During the 2022 interim, the task force examined the organization of CHFS. Most of the provisions in this bill have delayed effective dates, so we can work with the Cabinet to ensure a smooth transition. Having said that, the first thing Senate Bill 48 does is it continues the CHFS task force through the 2023 interim. This interim, they hope to examine the actual operations of the Cabinet. Next, Senate Bill 48 moves the Child Support Enforcement Program to the AG's office, the Attorney General's office. With $1.4 billion in outstanding child support payments and the 2007 study commissioned by the county attorneys recommending the move, this is past due. This includes Senate floor language that affords county attorneys the right to first refusal to collect child support and allows county attorneys the option to opt out. This is agreed upon language by the county attorneys, and this implementation will take place in July of 2025. Disability determinations will move to the Education and Labor Cabinet so they may work to recognize people's abilities or disabilities and try to get them back into the workplace. This will happen in 2024. The Office of Children with Special Health Needs will move to the Department of Public Health to align the needs of the department more closely with the location of physicians and a greater level of support. This will also happen in 2024. It establishes the new independent Office of Commonwealth Ombudsman, which will be administratively attached to the Auditor of Public Accounts. This office currently reports to the Secretary, which creates a conflict of interest when a person has an issue and submits it to them. This will also happen in 2024. It moves administrative hearing and review functions under the jurisdiction of the AG's office. 2024 requires the Cabinet to identify and eliminate administrative barriers for the 1915C waiver programs. With such large wait lists, it's important that the Cabinet has a more concentrated effort. Would you like to present, sir? Requires that the Cabinet's Office of Human Resource Management to work with the Personnel Cabinet to identify and reduce barriers to timeliness when hiring and onboarding employees, and relocates the state guardianship program from the Department of Aging and Independent Living to the Department of Community-Based Services to align with the programmatic expertise of DCBS. I do want to say Senate Bill 48 does not, let me repeat, does not move the Family and Youth Resource Centers or serve Kentucky per the Senate Committee Substitute 1. This measure passed in the Senate 35-0, and I hope it will pass similar today on the House floor. Mr. Speaker, if there are no questions, I would move passage of Senate Bill 48 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 1.